Welcome back inside the Beckley-Riley County Convention Center and Game 4 here of Day 3 of the New River CTC Invitational. And if Game 4 and Game 5 or anything like Games 1, 2, and 3, we're in for a treat for the last two of the night. And this one is going to be intriguing with the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, the home team, hosting the Cabell Midland Knights. Cabell Midland coming in number 4 in the AP poll this week at the 4A level, 6-3 on the year. Woodrow Wilson have been a roller coaster this year. They're 4-7 on the year after beating Bluefield Wednesday night. Whole family alongside us today. Robbie Mounts producing this thing. Andrew Boland, Garrett Lester on the cameras. The boss man, Butch Mounts, keeping us in check. And Bob Boland greeting the fans as they come in. And Cabell Midland coming off a win. They beat Spring Valley Thursday, 68-55. The Schmidt brothers, Dominic and Chandler. You'll hear those names an awful lot tonight. Dominic had 19 points. Chandler had 18 points in the win over Spring Valley. And Ethan Taylor off the bench chipped in 11. Woodrow, as we mentioned, beat Bluefield at Brush Fork Armory Wednesday night, 70-64. Ben Gillum, despite being in foul trouble all of the night, ended up with 17 points, 8 rebounds. Maddox McMillan, though, took up the slack. 29 points, a career high for Maddox. He also had 9 rebounds. And off the bench, Dwayne Richardson with 9 points for the Flying Eagles. And I mentioned two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Boland. Coach, you know, we know an awful lot about Woodrow, but it's depending on which Woodrow Wilson team shows up tonight to be which one that Cabell Midland will see on the floor here in a few moments.
Oh, that's true. Woodrow Wilson's beat the number 1 team in the state, George Washington, but then they have 7 losses other than that, so they've been up and down. Cabell Midland has the Schmidt brothers that can put the ball in the basket. Dominic, a 6'1 sophomore guard, can shoot it from deep, handles the point duties. And Chandler, 6'1", strong junior, goes to the hole, hangs in there, able to draw contact, a really good football team. A really good football player on a powerhouse football team. So those two are tremendous players for Cabell Midland. And, preseason, a lot of people had Cabell Midland as the top team in the state. And they dropped down a little bit from that. What did you get their record?
They're now at 6-3, ranked number 4 in the Class 4A AP poll.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're a good team. Ought to be a good matchup here. Ready to get it going.
Cabell Midland girls won earlier today, 58-44 over Morgantown. Greater Beckley beat Independence in Game 1 today, 79-58. In the game that just wrapped up moments ago, James Monroe held off Webster County, 61-51. Let's shout out all our sponsors. This game in particular presented by Kindred Digital and Cabell County Schools, and all our other sponsors, Little General, Chick-fil-A, Lewis Nissan, and John Mize Law Firm. We're knocking on the door of pregame warm-ups, and we'll see if we can we pick up the PA for the lineups?
I'm sure we can.
Can we pick up the PA for the lineups, or do you want? We cannot. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and throw them out there. Cabell Midland Knights head coach J.J. Martin will send out this starting 5 for this game. It'll be K.K. Siebert, a 6'4 senior forward, along with Jaden Johnson, 6'3 senior forward, and the 3-guard Dominic Schmidt, the 6'1 sophomore guard, Palmer Riggio, the 6'1 senior guard, and Chandler Schmidt, the 6'1 junior guard. Woodrow Wilson, their usual starting 5, 6'4 junior Keenan Cook, 6'3 junior Maddox McMillan, 6' freshman Elijah Redfern. Good to see him back in action. He'll get the start tonight. 6'4 senior Ben Gillum, and 6'2 junior KK Slay. Starting 5 for the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles. And of course here at the Beckley-Riley County Convention Center, Woodrow Wilson, I should say, will be in home whites, and on scoreboard is home team. Cabell Midland Knights in the road black. Midland across the chest in whites. Red numbers with white trim. And the Knights will be shooting right in front of us here to start this one. Cabell Midland number 4 in 4A this week. after beating Spring Valley last Thursday. So they've had over a week to prepare for this one. Woodrow coming off the win against Bluefield. And if anyone in this area needs some momentum, Coach, it's Woodrow Wilson after the win.
They do, but you know how a lot of people close to this Woodrow Wilson basketball program are looking at things right now. They are undefeated with Elijah Redford.
There you go.
They're 1-0, and I'm telling you, look at him, putting him right in the starting lineup. He played one game, and that was against a good Nitro team, and he really played well. You know, he's been out 2 different times, once with a back injury and once with a tracing. You know, he didn't have it, but tracing, you know how that happens. If your name gets called, they set you out. And I just say this, he can play. I mean, one player at the point guard position, you know, when Beckley needs primary ball handlers. Dwayne Richardson's, you know, been the primary ball handler the whole year, but you need 2 of them on the court at a time. And when Redford and Richardson are in the game together, that'll be able to happen.
We were watching Redfern in warm-ups, and he looks like he's a gamer. Redfern already getting some comparison, compared to Tink Brown and Brian Neighbors, as Beckley fans know. That's some high clout for the young man. As
a 9th grader with 1 game, those people don't need to do that, but they can compare him to them as 9th graders. Because I tell you what, I mean, he's played big-time AAU ball in the D.C. area, played with some really big-time teams, and he's been able to hold his own. So let's see. This is Beckley's hoping for a new era with Redfern on. They go out with a man-to-man, and he gets the Dominic Schmidt, who is really tough and has a great step-back 3.
Schmidt brothers back and forth at the Riggio. Schmidt pulls the trigger. That one off the mark a little short. And a quick rebound by Cook. Knights go 1 and done. First possession down the floor. Here come the Flying Eagles. A loss of the basketball. Schmidt there to scoop it up. Excuse me, that's Riggio. Riggio gets his pocket pick. Quickly in the front court. Up ahead to Gillum. Gillum up and under. Too strong. Put back won't go. Gillum for the 3rd look and 1.
Both teams looking to get into transition early. Ben Gillum with the stick back.
And that's one of the keys for Beckley, is to get Gillum started early. He worked through some foul trouble at Bluefield the other night. Misses the and 1. But Beckley out to an early lead. It's 2-0.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx Dominique Schmidt, but last year in the game here at Beckley, he was like 0 for 7 the first half on this goal, and then hit 6 threes the second half on the other goal. And he started out 0 for 1 here. He has a great step-back 3. I'm sure he'll pull that out of the repertoire here in a little bit, but he really has a good step-back 3.
Seaver back up top. Everyone in red shoes for Cabell Midland. That 3 short that time by Johnson. A quick run out up ahead to Gillum. Goes Beckley to the rack. That one got stripped on the way. And here comes the Knights. An opportunity to tie or take the lead. We're looking for the lead as Riggio pulls the trigger from the left corner. It's off the mark and a foul inside on Siebert.
Siebert's asking the official what he did. Siebert, he said he pushed off in the back is what the official gave him an explanation.
Quick timeout by Beckley. 6:39 left here, first quarter. And it is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 2-0, our early score. Cabell Midland coming in number 4 in 4A. In the 4A AP poll, Morgantown, number 1. We'll see them right after this as the 10-1 Morgantown Mohegans host, or 10-1, they play Shady Spring coming in number 3 in 3A. That one, I think it should be a dandy on paper. Referees for this matchup, we don't have them. Haven't put them up yet. We'll try to catch those later.
Nice pass by Ben Gillen to KK Slay for the finish.
Slay's first bucket of the afternoon. That'll set up the backcourt pressure up 4-0.
Beckley coming out in a 1-2-1-1 full court press.
Working through it is Schmidt.
Yeah, it looked like wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. He fought the ball the entire length of the court. Was lucky to get to the other end with it. I think they'll try to beat that pressure a different way next time.
2 quick fouls on KK Siebert.
And Dominique Schmidt exits the game, first minute of the game.
Jake Easton on the floor now for Cabell Midland. As Chandler Schmidt works it, going to work on KK Slay. Both have leg tattoos. Both are, I'd say they're both nice tattoos as Schmidt misses that runner. Nice pull inside by Kyle Frost, who checked in moments ago. Ethan Taylor on the floor, so almost a fresh 5 for the Knights right now as we speak. Ball out on the perimeter, bodies collide. And they say it was out on Cabell Midland.
I think he's going to call the foul on Slade, maybe?
I'm going to say.
I think you may be right on that. Maybe called just out on Woodrow Wilson.
No, I said out on Midland, but they'll stay out on
Beckley.
I
thought you said out to Cabell Midland. I was giving you the benefit.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Cabell Midland getting into motion offense, a lot of cutting to the basket, pass, pick away, or cut to the basket.
Knights looking to break the seal here. We're 2.5 minutes in. It's 4-0 Woodrow. Johnson on the attack into the paint, draws the foul on the floor.
Blocking foul by Ben Gillum.
So Gillum's first.
Okay, now another sub. Dominique comes in for his brother Chandler. Well, Cabell Midland subbing often and early.
Dominic drives up top to Corey Sweeney.
Yep.
Was that Corey Sweeney?
It
was number 12. It was Jaden Johnson. Excuse me.
Had a slid of the pivot foot.
Nonetheless, a turnover.
And it was.
Another timeout. This time, Cabell Midland will call it, and we'll take a break with them. 5:26, first quarter. Woodrow 4, Cabell Midland nothing here on Video Productions.
Again, used car values have skyrocketed. This means you could see a 25 to 30% increase in the value of your car. We want your trade-in, and we want to give this money to our loyal customers instead of paying that additional money to buy vehicles at the auction. So between now and March 31st, Lewis Nissan will offer up to 30% above Kelley Blue Book average condition for your trade. We will also throw in 0% financing for up to 84 months and rebates as high as $6,000. Visit lewisnissan.com or call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY.
So what changed? How would you explain your success?
So I finally decided, don't compromise.
So as you can see, even a dummy knows when you've been hurt in a car wreck, don't compromise. Call John.
4-0. Beckley with the lead and the basketball. It's Elijah Redfern getting the start. Handles up top. Off a pick to the wing. Redfern going one-on-one. This time on Siebert. Lost it, gets it back. 3 minutes in. Pretty good little pace, but just a 4-0 score. Keenan Cook with the handle. Up top, McMillan. McMillan attacks, pulls up, 15-footer, rolls off the back end. Gillum, though, to clean up. First attempt, no good. Second one, strong. And bodies collide on the offensive board. Here comes Chandler Schmidt with a run out. Through the trees, left it short. Siebert inside will draw the foul, and he'll hit the line for 2.
Yeah, Gillum getting offensive rebounds, but missing 2 bunnies on the other end. And then Chandler Schmidt coming up this end. Had a 3-on-1 there early and not able to get to the basket. Both teams playing a little sloppy basketball early.
And we got a stoppage in play. Not 100% sure what that was about. Cabell Midland, though, 0 for 5 from the floor so far tonight. KK Siebert's going to try to break the seal from the line.
There they go. And Beckley 2 for 7. So Beckley shooting 28% and Cabell Midland 0. So no wonder we're off to a little slow start here. Glad we have stats tonight.
Yeah, me too. Jace Colucci comes in between free throws. Not a bad one to have off the bench. He was the usual starter. Now Redfern back, Colucci off the bench. Redford into the front court with a 2-point advantage. Redfern. What about attacking? Comes off to KK. Around the perimeter, Woodrow works the basketball. Colucci up top appears, gets the pass. Left side Slay. Back to Redfern. Redfern had it stripped as he was going for the shot. Here comes Cabell Midland. Schmidt all the way to the rack. Puts it off the glass then. Good take by Chandler Schmidt. We're not up at 4.
Yep, Chandler Schmidt. Strong finish at the basket.
Halfway through the first quarter. 4 all. Game 4 of 5.
Zach, you know how little things bother me, and you see the light on the court down there?
Yes.
And they only have one curtain up there. There needs to be 2 or 3 curtains, because if you shoot from right there where that sun is, it blinds you. You can't see the rim. I've been in this great pass. I've been in this building forever, and they did put a curtain up, but they put too thin a one.
Cabell Midland will have to shoot that way in the second half. Maybe the sun will be gone by then, but Woodrow has to deal with it at the moment. 3:24 left here in the first quarter of play.
The assistant coach over there for Cabell Midland is Chandler and Dominic Smith's mother, and she played college basketball. I want to say I'll get that right before the game's over. Her and her husband both played college basketball for an NAIA school in Indiana as Palmer Riggio gets an opportunity for the and one.
Good take there by Riggio.
If we look at this instant replay, there's pass ahead to Riggio coming over and blocking called and one.
So Cabell Midland on top for the first time this afternoon, 6-4, and an and one opportunity giving Riggio an opportunity for a free throw. The foul was triggered on Jace Colucci, his first. Woodrow's 4th. So the foul's starting to mount up early for Beckley. It's a 7-4 night advantage. 3-minute mark, first quarter. KK Slay for 3. That one a little strong. McMillan keeps it alive. Up top, Richardson. Couldn't get it to go. Quickly in the front court come the Knights. Pull up, Schmidt on the money.
Chandler Schmidt knocking the 3 down in transition. Cabell Midland quickly up 10-4.
A 10-0 run by the Knights after trailing 4-0. Dwayne Richardson handles the rock now in between the circles. Riggio right on his hip. Slay looking inside. Nothing going on. McMillan on the attack. Has his pocket pick, but right into the hands of Richardson, and he'll lay it right up and in.
Dwayne Richardson showing great patience, giving the shot fake, getting the defender in the air, and then able to stick it in the basket.
Right spot for Richardson. That's their first of 7 field goals for Woodrow. That 3 off the mark by Schmidt. Here comes Woodrow into the front court, dropping it off to Cook, who puts it off the glass and in.
Great passing from Slade to Colucci to Cook. Great ball movement by the Flying Eagles in transition.
Schmidt to the rack, off the glass again for 2.
Maddox McMillan was getting there for the charge, but then he was like a statue, and Schmidt able to jump around him and avoid the charge.
Tiptoed the baseline too. Colucci, that one halfway down and out. 90 seconds to go in the quarter, 4-point advantage. Cabell Mid.
Nice quick move.
Dominic Schmidt can't get that one to go. Good defense by Richardson. A quick outlet up ahead to Colucci to the rack. Finger roll is good.
Beckley getting out in transition off the turnover. Colucci with the runaway.
Flying Eagles using their athleticism here to cut the disadvantage back to 2. Riggio handles the point with a minute to go in the first. High post to Palmer Riggio. That one won't go. McMillan comes out there with the basketball. Push up ahead. Cook, left wing. Richardson on the attack. Had it knocked away, but a foul is called.
Yeah, Richardson doing a good job of putting pressure on the defense, attacking the basket, and drawing the foul. And right there was Chandler Schmidt avoiding the charge, jumping around it, able to get the soft jumper to kiss off the glass.
Just nice use of the sideline to get by the defender. 2-point ball game, 46.7 on the first quarter clock. Woodrow can tie or take the lead. McMillan for the tie. That one's a little strong, right into the hands of Dominic Schmidt. He'll bring it up. Final 35 of the first. Riggio right at the top of the key. Back to Chandler for 3. That one was on the line, but a little short, but kept alive by the Knights.
Nice between the legs save. Look for Cabell Midland to pull this out and go for 1. If they're glancing at the clock, there they go. All right, Dominic Smith realizes that he'll wait till about 8 seconds and go off the ball pick.
He goes away from a Johnson pick. Finger roll in the lane and 1. What a move that was, Coach.
Chandler Smith able to hang in the air and finish. I'm sorry, that was Dominic Smith, the 6'1 sophomore guard.
Levitating.
Oh, yeah, he refused the ball pick. Able to hang in there, hang with that little left-hand scoop, avoid the shot blocker, and knock it in.
Foul was triggered on Slay. The free throw missed. The putback won't go. Johnson in. His putback's knocked away by Cook. And with 1-2 on the first quarter clock, it will stay with Cabell Midland, so they'll get a last-second shot here.
Yeah, look for Dominique Smith on the fadeaway going to the ball side. Beckley needs to switch. Oh,
what a play.
And a foul. Yeah, he did get fouled. Did you see Dominique Smith? I'm sorry, that was Chandler Smith. 1.2 seconds, caught the Woodrow defender with his back turned, and he was able to draw the foul. And I don't understand how that there's nobody on the court for this. If the foul occurred before the buzzer, you got to put time back on the clock. And, that's not possible right there. The foul, if there was a foul, it had to occur before the buzzer, correct, Jack?
You would think so.
Zach?
Yeah.
So if it occurred before the buzzer, then there would have to be people on the court. There it was. Chandler Smith caught Beckley with their back turned to the defender and able to draw the foul.
You see that at the playground. 5.9 advantages we have the second here on Video Productions.
Once again, used car values have skyrocketed. This means you could see a 25 to 30% increase in the value of your car. We want your trade-in, and we want to give this money to our loyal customers instead of paying that additional money to buy vehicles at the auction. So between now and March 31st, Lewis Nissan will offer up to 30% above Kelley Blue Book average condition for your trade. We will also throw in 0% financing for up to 84 months and rebates as high as $6,000. Visit lewisnissan.com or call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY.
So what changed? How would you explain your success?
So I finally decided, don't compromise.
So as you can see, even a dummy knows when you've been hurt in a car wreck, don't compromise. Call John.
15-10 our score. Cabell Midland Knights lead by 5. Shout out to all our sponsors. This game in particular presented by Kindred Digital and Cabell County Schools, along with Little General, Chick-fil-A, Lewis Nissan, and John Mize Law Firm. Chandler Schmidt's 8 leads all scoring through the first 8 minutes, Coach.
Heads up play with 1.2 on the clock. Chandler Schmidt able to draw the foul and get to the free throw line on an out-of-bounds play where he tapped it off the defender's back.
Beckley trails by 5 here in the early seconds of the second quarter. Colucci from the left side. That one halfway down and out. Didn't get the roll, and a foul on the rebound as K.K. Siebert had to work through a couple of defenders.
Beckley's 1-2-1-1 press looked effective early when they went to it. Midland Trail struggled to get it up the floor. Cabell Midland. And now Cabell Midland already in the bonus as that's 17 fouls against the Flying Eagles.
K.K. Slay, that's his third. He was in foul trouble all night at Bluefield. He had 4 fouls before halftime. And Coach Ron Kidd across the way trying to avoid that again as he quickly pulls him out with the 3rd foul. And the first of the 1-and-1 by K.K. Siebert falls through. So a little KK on KK crime here in the early minutes of the second quarter. Siebert wins that battle, drops in both. It's a 7-point night advantage after they trailed 4-0.
On a 17-6 run.
Woodrow looking to buy a bucket. McMillan in high post. Back to Richardson. Richardson with a nice spin, but a foul on the floor. We'll keep it there. On the attack, Richardson on the inbounds play. Got the scoop shot in the foul.
Dwayne Richardson doing a good job of putting the pressure on the defense, attacking the basket, drawing the defenders. This one he finished on his own. Quick first step, got into the lane, little head fake and little scoop, able to knock it down.
Richardson with 4, can't complete the three-point play, and the rebound pulled down by Cabell Midland. 5-point night advantage. 7 minutes to go, first half. Backdoor feed to Siebert was a little high and out of bounds. Back to Beckley. 17-12 our score. Cook and Redfern bring it up. Colucci.
See it right there. There's Zach.
Nice pull up.
Yeah, Beckley's needing that quick through the legs, able to get there, and good shot, not able to. And there's Schmidt using a strong body, not able to finish as Keenan Cook pulls down the board.
Up ahead to McMillan. Into Colucci. On the attack now, Richardson drives. McMillan baseline jumper. Got the roll. Good shot by Maddox.
Dwayne Richardson again. Now Beckley with 2 primary ball handlers on the floor with Richardson and Redfern able to get into the paint, which is opening things up. Richardson opened up that shot for McMillan there. And Beckley using that 2-guard set to their advantage right now.
McMillan's career high against Bluefield the other night, 29. That was his first bucket this afternoon. On the take, through the trees and off the glass, Palmer Riggio for 2 and a 5-point Cabell Midland advantage.
Riggio, good first step, good finisher.
McMillan wanting 3 more that time, left it short, and pulled down by Dominic Schmidt. He'll bring it up.
There's that step back I was talking about earlier.
Left it a little strong. K.K. Siebert inside. What a move on the putback.
K.K. Siebert just wanted that more. Went after the ball. You know, those kind of plays win games. Stick backs. Could have been a 5-point lead. Now it's a 7. Good job by K.K. Siebert.
Dwayne Richardson looking for 2 of
Look
those
at Richardson
back.
Again.
Drops into McMillan.
Yeah.
And Maddox McMillan 4 points in a row.
I think Beckley's found something with this kind of 2-point guard set that can put pressure on the defense like Schmidt just put on Beckley there.
Board pulled down by Cook after the miss. They'll push up ahead. And it's stolen quickly back by Riggio. Riggio outnumbered, doesn't care on the way to the rack. He'll head to the line for 2.
I tell you, Cabell Midland's more impressive than I realized driving the ball to the basket. Now they have multiple players that can square up and have quick first steps and able to get into the paint area. Beckley doing a better job this game than I've seen him lately with that 2-guard set, able to get into the paint. And, they can't key on Richardson now because he has another primary ball handler on the floor in Redfern, and I think it makes Beckley very dangerous with those 2 on the floor together.
Both free throws up and through by Riggio. 5-minute mark here. First half. It's a night 7-point advantage. McMillan, Redfern, Colucci, and now Mike Miller on the floor to play with Dwayne Richardson into the front court. They go into Miller on the block. Floater from the baseline, this time a little strong by Redfern, and a whistle. We're going the other way on the rebound.
They get Colucci with a bump in the back. Cabell Midland making another trip to the free throw line again. Redford missed a little 8-footer, but it was a great move, and he's getting to the right spot on the floor. Only his second game as a high school third, counting Bluefield the other night, game as a high school player.
Yeah, and that's the second on Colucci. He didn't get much run the other night, so I think this is his first start.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking back at my notes. This is his first game back since his illness or since his not being able to play. So he's only played one game this year, and that was against Nitro. And you can see what kind of talent this young man has.
Second one rattles off. Cabell Midland's just going after those loose balls. And it seems like they want it more. 4:38 left here.
Okay, thank you there, Zach.
Yeah.
Pulling your book from your many games you've done this year. So Redfern, Beckley is undefeated with him, as I said
so
in the
far.
pregame. His only game was against Nitro, a 63-50 Flying Eagle victory.
4.5 minute mark here, first half.
Okay, I just like how he controls the team. You got to keep positive. You see that first step?
Fade away that time.
Yeah, he's getting to good spots. Those shots are going to start going in.
Schmidt into the front court. Had Ethan Taylor underneath. But a bad pass gives it right back to Beckley. 24-16, 8-point Cabell Midland advantage. After they trailed 4-0 in the early going. McMillan was the hot hand the other night. He drives, and he and Dwayne Richardson on the wrong page of the book.
Yeah, Beckley in the dribble drive there, just not reading each other well. I think Cabell Midland's highly ranked, GW's highly ranked. The best team that I've seen in this gym 4A this year was University. They came down here and played a tremendous game, and they say Morgantown is the best 4A team in the state, and we'll get to see them later on tonight.
A little over
Nice
a half
move.
as Siebert takes it to the rack. KK Siebert.
Okay. Nice spin move for the big guy. Body control, able to stick it in the basket.
8 points for Siebert, 9-2 run over the last two and change for the Knights. Dwayne Richardson meets three defenders. They find Colucci on the wing. That one too strong. Siebert collides with a teammate, pulls down the rebound nonetheless. So bring it into the forecourt. Johnson now attacks the paint. No one in his way, and he finger rolls it home.
Cabell Midland getting into the running game. Quick timeout for Ron Kidd and the Flying Eagles.
3:12 left in the first half of play. 28-16 our score with Cabell Midland up 12. We'll take the timeout with them. You're enjoying high school basketball right here on Video Productions.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Game 4 of 5 this afternoon here at the Beckley Raleigh County Convention Center. 28-16 our score with Cabell Midland on top here with 3 minutes, 12 seconds until halftime. Dwayne Richardson will bring it up for the Flying Eagles. Richardson thought about attacking, drops off to Redford. Redford gathering a lot of attention from Dominic Schmidt. Off a McMillan pick. Roll not there, but Redford pulls up. That one off the mark. May have been partially tipped, and now there comes Siebert with the basketball. Siebert, nice body control with the pass up ahead to Schmidt. That three a little strong. But Midland again winning the board battle inside, and Dominic's brother, Chandler, rattles that one home.
Yeah, Redford took himself out of the play, going for the steal. And I like to say, don't mistake activity for achievement.
Almost banking it home was Keenan Cook there. One and done. Go the Flying Eagles again. 14-point advantage, Midland. And that attack will draw a foul on the floor, and it's a double bonus situation. We're at the line.
Dominique Smith doing a good job of getting by the offense. There was a play. Redford took himself out of the play, and Chandler Schmidt able to get to the free throw line for an uncontested layup.
Foul was called on Redfern, his first. Woodrow with no points in the last 3 minutes, 4 seconds.
Well, no field goals. And Cabell Midland on a 13-2 run in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And you take an 11-point run, and we have a 15-point game right now. There's your difference, Zach.
Siebert getting a well-deserved breather as Ethan Taylor comes in to replace him. And burying both free throws is Mr. Schmidt. 32-16. The Knights have doubled up the Flying Eagles here in the first half with 2:05 to go. Redfern with the ball handle. Attacks high off the glass. That one's off the mark. Quickly in the front court comes Midland. Nice drop off to the trail guy. Johnson was there, but he was, I think, a little out of control, and the shot was way off the mark. McMillan in the front court is going to have it knocked out of his hand, but he's fouled as well. That was a nice look to Johnson, but he was just flying in out of control and couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, it seems like when Beckley gets in these spurts or this funk where they have trouble scoring, it just goes on, and then they get back to playing good basketball. But right now they're in a 4-minute funk where they've been unable to score. That's where you need Ben Gillum in the game on the low post and get it in there and get it there. Richardson has done that really well tonight.
Again, that one, nice spin.
He has. Richardson has put pressure on the defense off of the bounce, being able to get into the lane, and that's his second opportunity. Here, look at the crossover, quickness, and then he's able to finish. Good job by Dwayne Richardson.
Gillum's been on the bench a very long time. I don't know if he's hurt or what's going on there, but Lake Kimball on the floor now, 6-foot sophomore in the mix with 5 on the floor.
How many fouls did Gillum have?
We'll have to check.
Oh, great job by Keenan Cook getting to the offensive boards and just missed the bunny, a close one. It's when you have great hustle and not able to convert the easy one.
Yeah, Gillum has 2 fouls. KK Slay has 3. So that may be the reason.
Yeah, I thought he wouldn't be over there that long unless he was in foul trouble.
Dominic Schmidt going to work.
That's
Step
his
back
shot.
3.
And he has not been able to hit it, Zach.
Ball loose inside. And cleaned up by Keenan Cook. Quickly in the front court.
That's Richardson. Yeah, doing a good job of getting into the paint area.
Ball on the deck, so are bodies. Colucci scoops it up, though. A minute to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, see, there's post players in there, so Richardson can't attack right now. Beckley getting a little scissors action off the top. Now it's cleared out for Richardson. Let's see what he does here.
Kimball with a touch up top, Colucci. Away from the McMillan pick, pull up, deep 2, rattles off. Rebound Frost for Midland. Cabell Midland wasting no time getting it back into the front court. Kyle Frost, time for the key. Riggio into the post to Johnson. Johnson going to work, left it off the back of the rim, and McMillan gets the board, and he's fouled. We'll head to the other way for a 1-on-1 opportunity.
Yeah, not a good foul there by Kyle Frost. 80 feet from the basket, 21 seconds. And it wouldn't have been a bad foul, but Beckley is in the bonus. And Maddox Millen, who had 29 2 nights ago, able to go to the free throw line. If he gets one going, you know, a lot of times you get a scorer, gets to the free throw line, sees one go in the basket, and then that changes everything for him.
Foul was assessed to Frost, his second. McMillan misses the front end.
Now look for Cabell Midland, go for the final shot of the quarter right now.
Dominic Schmidt into the front court, going to work on Kimball, and Kimball will pick up the foul, and Schmidt will head the line for 2.
Reminds me of last year's game. Dominic Smith is 1 for 8. He's 0 for 5 threes. Same thing happened last year's game. He got fouled late in the first half, made a few free throws, and then second half came out and caught fire.
First one rolls in.
Got the shooter's touch there. Nice soft touch. Cabell Midland's on an 11-2 run the last 5:47 this half. And they're only 1 for 6 in their last 6 field goal attempts.
Dominant drops in both. 34-18, final 8 seconds here of the first half. Richardson wants it for himself. Pullback three, way strong, and that's how the first half will end. 34-18.
You got a technical on somebody.
We got a little tie-up of personalities there, but that'll take us to halftime nonetheless. 34-18 our score. Cabell Midland leads by 16, and everyone's favorite thing, the T-shirt cannon is out. Coach Bob Owen. Let's get wild here on Video Productions. We'll take a break.
Once again, used car values have skyrocketed. This means you can see a 25 to 30% increase in the value of your car. We want your trade-in, and we want to give this money to our loyal customers instead of paying that additional money to buy vehicles at the auction. So between now and March 31st, Lewis Nissan will offer up to 30% above Kelley Blue Book average condition for your trade. We will also throw in 0% financing for up to 84 months and rebates as high as $6,000. Visit lewisnissan.com or call 1-800-TO-BECKLEY.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
So what changed? How would you explain your success?
So I finally decided, don't compromise.
So as you can see, even a dummy knows when you've been hurt in a car wreck, don't compromise. Call John Mize.
Hey, this is Luke Sammons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
Halftime here at the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center. Game 4 of 5. We've had a tremendous day of basketball in the first half here. Pretty much controlled by the Cabell Midland Knights. They lead 34-18 here at intermission. Zach out along with you. The whole family hanging out here today. Shout out to all our sponsors real quick. Little General, great prices, convenient places. Chick-fil-A as always. Lewis Nissan, John Mize Law Firm, and this game's sponsor, Kindred Digital and Cabell County Schools. Halftime, Cabell Midland leads 34-18. Cabell Midland had a nice little run to end the first. They led by 5, 15-10, and outscored Woodrow in the second 19-8 to expand their lead now to 16. Woodrow in the first half, no one in double figures. Dwayne Richardson with 6 leads the way. 4 points from Maddox McMillan, and then 2 apiece from Keenan Cook, Jace Colucci, Ben Gillum, and KK Slay. KK Slay in foul trouble with 3. Colucci and Gillum each with 2 personals at halftime. Cabell Midland. Chandler Schmidt leads all scores with 10 so far in the first half. 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from behind the arc, 1 of 2 from the line. He also has 5 rebounds as well. 8 points from KK Siebert. Dominic Schmidt with 7. Palmer Reggio with 7. And 2 from Jaden Johnson at the half. No one in foul trouble really for Cabell Midland. Siebert with 2 and Frost with 2 at halftime. Cabell Midland ended the half on a 13-2 run over the last 6 minutes of the second quarter. Woodrow was 1 of 10 in field goals down the stretch. But Cabell Midland didn't make a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes, Coach, so it could have been a lot worse for Woodrow at halftime.
Yeah, Woodrow down 16. They'll get Ben Gillum back out there, and he won't be in foul trouble. So, the first 4 minutes in the college game, a lot of times, there's 20 minutes and a half. You always say the first 5 minutes will kind of determine where this thing's going to go. In a high school game where you have 16 minutes, a fourth of that will be the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. And, you see if that leads down to 12 or 10, Becca's got a chance to get back in this game. If that lead gets up to 20, 22, you're looking at lights out. So the first 4 minutes, very important for both teams. And, Beckley's just not able to cash in. I mean, Redfern got some really good looks off of his own dribble. And it's going to happen for him. It's just a matter of when.
You think the freshman's pressing a little bit with his second appearance of the year?
Oh, I think definitely that's hurt him because he's only played 2 games. I mean, he missed the first 5 or 6 games of the year with a back injury. Came out there against Nitro. He only had 6 points, but he turned the game around. He turned the team around. He got people easier shots. He opened up the floor for Dwayne Richardson to drive because Beckley had another primary ball handler on the floor. So I'm just telling you, you can look at his stats right now and say, what is Coach Boland talking about? He's 0 for 4 and has a turnover.
No, I'm with you. He's a freshman.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about our people listening.
Right.
But he's played in big-time games. He'll be fine. And when he gets it going, Beckley will get it going. I don't know if it'll be tonight. I don't know when it'll be, but, as long as they're healthy and have everybody together, they're a dangerous team. But now when you're losing a bunch of games, that can become a habit.
Yeah.
And when that becomes a habit for a coach, it's a nightmare. It's hard to get over that hump when you think you have the talent and the coaches think you have the talent and it's just not working right now. Now, on the other hand, Cabell Midland, in my opinion, is a top 4, top 5 team in 4A in the state of West Virginia. And I don't think they played a great first half. I mean, I'm just telling you.
Slow start.
Oh, Dominic Smith going 0 for 5 threes. He's capable of going 5 for 5 threes. I mean, he's a big-time shooter, and it may be this goal. I'll tell you what, if he lights it up here the second half on that end down there, I'm going to believe it's this basket because I've watched the kids shoot the ball in AAU. I've watched him in some open gyms against some big-time players with Beckley Prep Academy up there, and he shines. And he struggled the first half, but he won't struggle 2 halves in a row.
We'll come back after a short break for the third period. 34-18 our score. Cabell Midland with the lead, and they'll have the ball to start the second half right here on Video Productions.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
When you're traveling with your most precious cargo, even the shortest day-to-day trips should be the safest. That's why Michelin designs tires like the new Cross Climate 2 that keeps you safer for longer than leading competitors. Because your family's safety tomorrow depends on the tires you choose today. Discover more at michelinman.com.
We're going to start this. We're going to start the second half, Zach, without referees.
Well,
this ought to be a great game. Call your own foul. Oh, man, I'm excited now.
Here we go. 34-18, everyone on the floor, everyone in place except the officials. There they come.
Oh, check it up. Wouldn't it have been great? It would have been on ESPN if one of the players jumped out there and checked it up and started playing.
There we go.
I would have loved that. And Video Productions has been on ESPN before.
You
ready for that, Zach?
We got to get back on there.
Chase Mullins from Shady Spring entering the game with Down syndrome, hitting jump shots.
I remember seeing that, yes.
And the place went crazy.
Cabell Midland with the lead. Starts with the basketball going from left to right here in the Armory in the second half. Johnson.
Yeah, Cabell Midland starting out with a flex offense to start this third quarter.
Dominic Schmidt finds a seam, attacks, gets the roll.
Well, I'll tell you about that basket down there in Dominic Smith.
Dominic has 9 of the 36. Slay outside, McMillan starting to catch fire.
Yeah, he got that free throw at the end of the half, and a lot of times the scorer sees that ball go through the hole.
Backcourt pressures, the ball's brought up by the Knights. Schmidt.
Schmidt to Schmidt. I can do play-by-play on that one.
Cross-court to his brother, yeah.
That's about all.
Hey, some would say that's about all I can do.
No, buddy, that's
Schmidt going to work with a between-leg dribble, lost it, but his brother chases it down out of the perimeter. Pull up, deep 2.
That was nice.
Man.
Yeah. Nice pull up.
Chandler Schmidt looks like a fullback.
Well, I think he's a quarterback on that football team.
He looks like a fullback.
Tough kid, strong. That was a nice pull up going full speed.
Ball loose, scooped up. Here comes Johnson all the way coast to coast. And he'll head the line.
I tell you, Jaden Johnson, he's impressive. You know, I mean, Cabell Midland's a senior-dominated team. Siebert's a senior, Johnson's a senior, Riggio's a senior, and then the Smith brothers, one's a junior, one's a sophomore. And if we look here, going strong to the layup, able to draw the contact, and almost finish, gets rewarded. Jaden Johnson with 2 free throws.
Speaking of Jaden Johnson, the North-South football game rosters were announced. Jaden Johnson from Cabell Midland, one of the many area players.
Yeah, he looks like it. Athletic, strong, quick.
KK pull up. 2 was off the mark, but Gillum there. Tips it out to himself, keeps it alive. Finds McMillan for 3. That one was strong. Now comes Cabell Midland with it. Dominic Schmidt into the forecourt. Up and under, lost it on the way.
Yeah, Schmidt got no elevation going down through there. Made a great move, went coast to coast, and went to elevate in the lane, and the foot said, I'm not elevating.
Foot fell asleep on him.
Cabell Midland showing a 2-2-1 press for the first time this game. Beckley able to attack it and score.
Keenan Cook quickly puts that one to bed. His second bucket of the night. He has 4 points at the 23.
Good job by Keenan Cook.
And Cook got him from behind.
Got that one on Richardson, reaching from behind, and got a little trip.
Yeah, he added insult to injury there. He was the one that took the fall.
And right there, Keenan Cook avoiding the charge, able to go around the defender for the layup. That's what you do against a 2-2-1 press. You attack it and you score, make the team pay for pressure. Good pass by Schmidt.
Baseline jumper rolls out. Johnson, though, on the attack, lost it out of bounds. And speaking of that North-South football game, Jay Scallucci on the roster for that as well for Woodrow Wilson.
They need to, when Colucci gets back in the game, those two need to guard each other. Well, they'll be on the same team, won't they?
Yes.
Midland and Woodrow will both be in the
on
South.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to get something started before the game.
On the attack, Richardson. It rolls off the back end. Gillum, though, keeps it alive.
And
it runs out of real estate.
Yes, Kyle Gillum stepped on the line before he knocked it off the Midland defender. Good things have been happening when Dwayne Richardson gets in the lane. If he misses, he's taken the defender away from the big man from Beckley to guard him, and they've been able to get the rebounds. Now there was Schmidt.
What a drop-off.
That's it right there. He's a good player.
He said, KK Siebert, happy birthday. Here's a gift.
Yeah, good.
5-minute mark here in the third.
Hangs in the air, able to finish. That's where Beckley can be strong. And Ben Gillen just struggling in there. You know, he had the move. He had a little reverse layup and then lost control before he did. And there's Dominique Smith hanging in the air. Beautiful pass to KK Siebert for the bucket with our little general replay.
You know, Gillum spent most of the first half on the bench, and I don't think he's found a flow to the game quite yet.
I agree with you, Zach.
17-point night advantage as they work offensively. Schmidt.
Cabell Midland in a 1-4 set with a double pick and then a handoff to Chandler Schmidt, and he's able to go one-on-one, create the mid-range J.
Quiet shooter Schmidt is. That one mid-range. And Chandler has 14 of the 42. Nice pull up there by Cook. Couldn't get it to fall. Gillum, put back, draws the foul.
Yeah, Ben Gillen, good job crashing the board, just frustrated. You know, when he takes the shot, misses, he drew the foul. Yeah, losing just is not fun. And when you get in that funk and you're not playing well, and let's give Cabell Midland credit, though. The Schmidt brothers can play. KK Siebert's a good 4-5 man inside that can rebound the ball. Jaden Johnson's really good out in transition. And Riggio, I don't really remember Riggio being this solid of a player last year. He handles the ball well. He's able to get to the basket. He's got 7 points right now. But, I mean, he boxes out well. He does a lot of little things well, and he's a good ball handler.
Riggio with a quiet 7. Gillum drops in 1 of 2.
Look at Schmidt. What a play.
Quickly in the front court, that 3 short. And a rebound by Redfern. Redfern into the front court. To the rack, attacking. Too strong, though. This one's turned into a street ball game here in the third. And a carry there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
we could have called that one from downtown.
You could, and you know you're allowed to keep your hand on top of the ball. You can dribble over your head, but that ball got to the hand got to the side and underneath the ball, and the overhand was called.
42-24. They go into Gillum. Does Beckley? Gillum that time a little strong. Good defense by Siebert.
Yes, it was. Siebert held his ground. Looked like Gillum had an easy one, and Siebert was able to change the shot.
Riggio on the attack, partially blocked, gets it back, almost put it in. And Gillum chases down the long rebound in the corner. Good stop defensively by Beckley. Redfern into the front court. Awaits his post player. Now attacks the paint with a left hand high off the glass. That one rolls out. And Midland's going to push it. Schmidt to the rack, and he'll head the line on the foul.
Yeah, I just look at Redfern. You can see frustration on his face. Great move. He almost finished. He's so close on his mid-range jumper. He's so close going to the basket. And when it all comes together, you'll see good things there. Now, Dominique Schmidt is a sophomore, played in big games, started last year, able to get to the basket and draw the foul.
You know, Redfern, a freshman, those are things he'll look back and laugh on 4 years from now. He'll be making those shots with ease.
Oh. Yes, sir. I think it'll happen next week. He just, you know, when you get a kid and he looks like a player out there, that's what he looks like. But you got to realize with experience comes greatness, and you got to take these baby steps at times, and you got to have a positive attitude, keep at it, keep playing, don't get frustrated, and good things will happen.
This year's been weird regardless. We're late in the season here in April, but it's only his second game as a freshman.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of growing to do.
Yeah. There he's open for the three.
There it is. Shot there.
Oh, I'm saying it's there. The total game is there, and it's going to happen.
Chandler Schmidt into the front court. He's going to get fouled on the drive. Let's take a look at that play in the corner. It's Redfern just starting to heat up.
Elijah Redfern with his feet set, knocks it down. That's what he needed to see. Needed to see one go through the basket. He's 1 for 7 now with 3 points, but he needed that one.
2:40 to go here in the third, 43-27. Midland with the ball in the lead.
Zach, you remember this down the road that Bob Boland said the kid could play when he's 1 for 7. And he is 1 for 7, and I'm telling you the talent is there for that young man.
No, you can see it. Don't even just take the stats out of the thing. You can see it. Schmidt's also a player, pulls up. Almost got that one to go. Nice work inside. The teardrop for Jack Easton will fall.
Jack Easton with a great hustle play, crashing the offensive boards and getting the bucket to put Midland up 18.
Richardson goes to work on Easton. Picks up his dribble up top, Redfern. Redfern picks up a defender on the baseline. Nice feed into McMillan, but it was after he stepped on the baseline and out of bounds.
Yeah, he did. You can tell, great shot fake, beat his man, drew the help, made the right pass, stepped out of bounds. Yeah, things just aren't going his way right now.
Final 1:45 in the third. We've got one more game coming up, and that one may be the best one of the day. That three rattles out and Gillum cleans it out. We'll talk about that in a minute. Richardson over to McMillan, pull up, mid-range, got it.
Maddox and Millen, good mid-range game. Off of 1 dribble, 2 dribble, pull up mid-range, and had 29 in the win 2 nights ago against Bluefield.
It was a very impressive night as he had to step up with Gillum and Slay both in foul trouble. That three by Siebert off the mark. Gillum with another rebound inside. He'll push. 1:05 to go. McMillan trying to catch fire. Picks up an extra defender in the corner. Richardson up top to Redfern. Deep three on the way. Top of the key off the mark. Gillum above everyone. What a nice pass to feed on the baseline. Runner can't go for Richardson, and an empty possession by Beckley, but that was a good-looking possession nonetheless. Just couldn't come away with the points, and in transition, Johnson would head the line after the foul.
Yeah, we've got to get a look at that one. We're on the opposite end. From our vantage point, Colucci looked like he had great position, and I think the ref said he took it kind of on the left shoulder, but that's a long way for us to see. But we got the advantage of instant replay.
Instant replay brought to you by Little General. Great prices, convenient places. First free throw up and through.
Jaden Johnson, athletic, going to the basket. Cabell Midland up 17, make it 18.
Final 40 seconds of the third. Baseline, pull up, Keenan Cook, way short, into the hands of Chandler Schmidt. Schmidt through traffic, eludes one defender, pulls up, 15-footer, banks off the glass after the rattle and home.
Chandler Schmidt has a good mid-range game, going left and going right, able to step up and pull. And Dwayne Richardson's been good at that, getting inside and drawing the fouls.
He knows every time he goes into the thorn bush, he's going to get bit.
Yeah, look at
hit.
Yeah, Schmidt has the ability to go full speed, stop on the dime, square his shoulders, and knock down mid-range jumpers. And, that's not an easy thing to do. And it's a skill in today's game that not many kids have.
No, it's, basketball anymore, they want to dunk or shoot the three from anywhere. And the mid-range game is almost obsolete. But if you can hone that, you can make a nice little living playing some basketball.
Oh, team defenses now are gearing people. They want them to shoot mid-range shots, because of the analytics of the game.
Backdoor feed, trying to get it inside to Siebert, but overshot him a touch.
Yeah, Schmidt with a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog there. Threw a bullet.
The nightcap scheduled for 8 o'clock. Number 1 team in 4A, Morgantown, taking on the number 3 in AAA, Shady Spring. Gillum's put back, doesn't fall. There were 2.2 on the third quarter clock, who had the line for 2.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. When Richardson's able to get to the basket, even if he misses, it's clearing rebounding lanes for Gillum. So good things are happening when Dwayne Richardson gets in the lane. Right there it is. Richard got in the lane, missed it, but he drew all the defenders, so Ben Gillum was able to rebound the ball and get fouled. 2.8 to go.
Take a half-court heave by Midland. Into the front court. Easton at the buzzer. Overshot it. And out of bounds it goes. We head to the fourth. Cabell Midland Knights 49. Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles 33. Here on Video Productions.
For Kindred Communications, this is home. When other broadcasting companies went nationwide, we stayed home.
This is home.
This is home.
This is home.
6 radio stations broadcasting on 9 signals across 3 states. For Kindred Communications,
This is
home.
Hey, this is Luke Sammons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
49-33, our score. Cabell Midland leads after 3 by 16. Shout out to all our sponsors: Little General, Chick-fil-A, Lewis Nissan, John Mize, and this game's sponsors: Kindred Digital and Cabell County Schools. Zach Helton, 2-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Bowen, the whole family here at the Beckley-Riley County Convention Center. We've had basketball all day, and we're not done yet. Beckley
nice
on the
pass.
attack. Oh, Gillum wanted to dunk it, but on the way he gets hit.
Redfern able to get in the paint. Cabell Midland coming out with a wrinkle, showing a 2-3 zone coming out to start the fourth quarter. Redfern able to get into the post area, drop it off to Gillum for the foul.
Siebert called for the foul, his third. He and Gillum were laughing about it. They've probably played each other a lot on the travel ball and AAU circuits, but a nice take there by Gillum. He missed the front end there. It drops in the second. Gillum, which is 6 on the day.
Beckley in a man-to-man. They'll try to run and jump.
Siebert goes right at Gillum and gets the 2.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Siebert's, he's deceiving out on the break. He's really quick with the ball and long.
McMillan wants 3. That one rattles out.
He's a great finisher. There he is out again.
3-ball in transition. Frost this time trying to defrost the Eagles. That 3 strong, but Siebert chases down the board. Dominic Schmidt. Over to Frost, back to Dominic. 7:05 running clock here in the fourth. 3-ball. Chandler that time, a little strong. Gillum with another board. It's his 12th of the day. He's going to take it all the way to the rack. Scoop shot's good.
Good job by Ben Gillum, coast to coast. Beckley's got to sprint back on D.
Cabell Midland quickly in the front court. Dominic up and under, won't get the roll that time. Ben Gillum's 13th rebound of the day right there. A quick outlet up ahead to Dwayne Richardson. Runner won't go. Rebound loose. McMillan from his backside tried to push it out to Gillum, but Siebert there to scoop it. Siebert spins away from a defender. What a move. And 2.
Siebert put the defender in the spin cycle.
Man, get the kid some detergent. 53-36, 6:15 to go. Go into the post to Gillum. Bad pass, but he regroups and gets the roll with the left hand. Nice post move by Gillum.
Cabell Midland playing behind Gillum, and he's awful deep down there. Usually Usually when the defender gets that deep in the lane, you got to front it. See, Gillum has both feet in the paint. Seaver playing behind him. Gillum with a nice left-handed jump hook.
Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it. 6:02 remaining here in the fourth. 53-38. Cabell Midland leads Woodrow Wilson here on Video Productions.
Go back to the cameras and look at it.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
6:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 53-38. Cabell Midland with the ball and the lead as Chandler Schmidt brings it into the front court. On the attack, Dominic Schmidt left that one a little wild. Here comes Ben Gillum with a full head of steam. Slows down, spin move, lost the basketball. And they go right back to Cabell Midland. Ben Gillum slow to get up. And here's a fun fact about Ben Gillum. You know, he's had a slow night. I think we can agree on that. 10 points, 14 rebounds.
Yeah, double-double.
Anybody with a slow night and a double-double.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll take that all day.
Exactly.
Gillum's came on here in the second half after spending most of the first half on the bench in foul trouble.
Yeah, I'm glad you recognize that, Zach. It's hard to have a slow night and get 14 boards.
Defense picking up for Beckley. They get the steal here. Outlet up ahead to Richardson. To the rack. Floater won't fall. But he'll head the line for two. And, you know, very much like the last game, Coach, if you want to mount a rally, it starts at the free throw line.
It does. And, you know, Beckley had a great steal last time. When you make a good play, you got to make another good play when you're down especially. Made a great play, and then Ben Gillum with the spin move lost control of the ball. Now Richardson, Beckley made another great play. And here they come, Richardson able to draw the foul. You know, going to the line, Riggio really got great position and held his ground pretty good, but they had him coming down on the arm. Now you got to make him pay by hitting the two free throws. And Richardson's able to do that. So the lead's cut down to 13. Beckley's in their full court press. They got to go get some traps and try to create turnovers because there's not going to be enough possessions left unless they're able to turn Cabell Midland over.
Dwayne Richardson off the bench, a quiet 10 tonight. We're knocking on the door of the 5-minute mark as Riggio attacks up and under, off the glass. What a shot.
Hey, Riggio's tough. Strong, gets to the basket. Nice reverse.
Back to a 15-point night advantage. Richardson again attacks.
Had
two offensive players there in the same spot, and that's a bad deal for Beckley offensively.
I would be willing to guess Riggio was part of that really good Cabell Midland football team too. Look at the quickness. He's put together, makes the right play. Good, solid player. Boy,
Dominic trying to go into his brother, but a whistle on the floor.
Yeah, Redfern was fronting Chandler Schmidt. Chandler Schmidt's got that strong body. He was able to take him up, and then his brother, Dominic, made a beautiful pass, and they had Redfern on the hole.
Fifth foul on Beckley, second on McMillan. 4.5 to go here in the fourth. Beckley needs a stop and a bucket, trying to close the gap even further. Dominic Schmidt out on the perimeter with the handle. Richardson right in his grill and a reach-in foul.
Yeah, Richardson was close to a 5-second call. Didn't need the reach. I'm telling you, one more dribble. Richardson played great defense. One more dribble would have been a 5-second call, and he reached at the last second, got the foul.
Unfortunately, that's Richardson's fourth.
Yeah, difference in winning plays and not. They're close, but no cigar. You know, the game that they put together, a great game, was against George Washington, and George Washington got the Pinker kid, the guard, and Rick Green's teams are so well coached. They run the offense, and that was Beckley's bright spot of the year right now, beating a quality team like that.
Quick into the front court, and that one by Slay is swatted away. Midland with the run out. Schmidt in the corner.
Pass.
Siebert for three. That one off the mark. KK with the board inside and a whistle. Be the 7th or the 16th foul on Cabell Midland.
We don't have cumulative stats. I'd like to see what Siebert's shooting from three-point land. His shot looks good.
0 of 1.
Yeah, 0 of 1 today. I mean, like yearly stats.
Gotcha.
Yeah, his three-point shot looks good. Let's see what he's shooting on the year as a stretch 4.
Halfway through the fourth, Gillum to the rack with the left hand for 2 more. He has 12. It's a 15-point ball game again, and Coach Ron Kidd's going to use a timeout. 3:51 here in the fourth, 57-42, and it is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Let's reset things for you fairly quickly. 3:51 on the clock. Both teams in the 1-1, with Cabell Midland leading by 15. The possession error belongs to the Knights. The timeouts, both teams have a couple. Cabell Midland has a full and a 30. Woodrow has 2 fulls and a 30. Dwayne Richardson with 4. Chase Colucci with 4. A couple of players in foul trouble. KK Slay has 3. Jaden Johnson, KK Siebert each with 3 fouls apiece for Cabell Midland. So not out of the realm of possibility quite yet, but Beckley's got to make some stops and hit some shots. Final 3:49 into the front court goes Dominic Schmidt. He'll bring it back up top. Jace Colucci back on the floor. He'll guard it. A kick in the corner. Attack. Whistle. Make an offensive foul inside.
Yeah, after the pass. Colucci was able to take that after the pass. Got a jump stop after the pass. I've never been a real fan with those calls after the pass was made, but you go by your fundamentals. Jump stop, then you don't run over the guy, and good job by Colucci standing there and taking it right in the chest.
Beckley got the stop. Colucci wants 3, and the other end, that one's short. And into the hands of KK Siebert.
Yeah, Beckley.
Siebert with a double-double.
Right now, 2 for 12 from 3. 16%. Just not able to knock the threes down.
Riggio on the attack, lost it. Beckley has numbers up ahead to Richardson. Layup is good.
And when you're not able to another 30 for Beckley, when you're 2 for 12 from three-point land, you're shooting 16%. You're not making mid-range shots. How do you score? And the way you do it is you score off of turnovers like Beckley just now did, and you score by giving him Ben the ball on the low post, which he's a good low post player. So there's, when you're not making threes, there's 2. As we look at the steal here, the turnover, the nice pass ahead by Redfern, and the good finish by Dwayne Richardson. So that's 2 ways you can score. And then the third way is you play 2 point guards like Dwayne Richardson and Redfern playing together, and you try to get into the lane to get easy shots or draw the secondary defender from the other team. And if you miss, it opens up rebounding lanes for your team. That's 3 ways to score when there's the quarterback. Nice long pass.
Up ahead to Siebert to the rack. Doesn't get the bunny to go. Beckley lives to play another play. Slay lost it, gets it back. Up top, he'll get it to Redfern. Colucci. Inside to Gillum. Backing in defender, teardrop, good.
Yeah, he can score in there. There's your ways you score. Now you try to score off a turnover. And cut it to single digits.
Dominic Schmidt going to try to run some clock here. 2.5 to go. Knights lead by 11. Quickly into Chandler Schmidt. That one won't go.
Here it is.
Out of there comes Gillen with the basketball again.
Now you attack the basket again off the bounce. There's the other way they can score. But you know what I'm telling you is when you do that, it creates offensive rebounds.
3 ball. Colucci. Too strong. And Johnson cleans it out for the Knights. A couple of opportunities there for Beckley. Couldn't cash in.
Yeah, I think J.J. Martin now will probably want to slow this pace down and go to the free throw line. They've missed on they haven't had a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And, when it's that time, you say, boy, I'm going to hold this ball. We have good ball handlers, and we're going to shoot some free throws.
Everyone on the floor can shoot from the line for the Knights. On the attack, what a take by Dominic. That may be the dagger.
Yeah, that's the dagger. Dominique Schmidt able to get to the basket, the sophomore, hanging in the air with a left-handed finish. Now, Beckley, look at Ben getting in there, able to draw the foul there. I mean, he can score on the low post. Beckley can get out in transition and score, and then you got those two quick drivers. And then some nights you're going to make the threes and some nights you're not, and they've had more nights this year where they haven't made them. But you got to be able to score consistently another way than when the three ball's not going in. And I believe they're figuring it out. 13 down, but these last 5 minutes, the ball is going in places where they're capable of scoring.
Gillum gets 1 of 2 again.
And I'll tell you what, too, Zach, it's such a hard year to coach where you got players out of practice. I mean, your player's perfectly healthy, and they sit beside somebody in the lunchroom. They got to stay home for 14 days. I mean, it's just a rough year on everybody. Hard to get any continuity. Didn't have the normal month preseason. You had 2 weeks, and this is for everything. So when you see sloppy play this late in the year, you see the reasons why.
Right. Foul was assessed to Slay. It's his 4th. Drop it in the first of the 1-1, Dominic Schmidt.
Yeah, Dominique Schmidt, that's 15. And here you go. Yeah. 1 more point, and he ties his team for the scoring league after going 3 for 13 and 0 for 6.
Left and short.
Yeah, but he knows how to get to the free throw line as Jaden Johnson gets an offensive rebound. But you think about that, 0 for 6 and 3 for 13, and he ends up with 16 points because he's savvy and knows how to get to the free throw line.
Colucci foul on the drive. 67 seconds left in this. We've got 1 more on store tonight. It's going to be a good one. Morgantown, the number 1A or the number 1 4A school in the state, taking on the number 3 AAA school in Shady Spring. Shady Spring, they have not shied away from anyone in the past couple of years.
No.
Push in the front court. Schmidt going to go all the way. Won't get the roll, but he'll head back to the line for 2 more.
And if you think about this, Schmidt's going to the line. He's hit 9 free throws, 9 out of 13. Beckley's team is 9 out of 17. So if Schmidt hits 1 or 2 from the line here, he can actually make more free throws this game than Beckley's entire team has. And why? He's aggressive going to the basket, and then he's a good free throw shooter. What happened here?
They have a lane violation? No.
No, changed it to 2.
Okay.
Oh, he got fouled on the shot, yeah.
First one short.
Well, with Jinxon, I said it was a good free throw shooter. That makes it 9 for 13.
Second one in route. That one short again. He may be running out of gas. Dwayne Richardson into the front court through 2 defenders. Backdoor feed down to Cook. Cook shot blocked, and that may be the end of the day for KK Siebert, and he was frustrated there. He thought he had a clean block.
I did too. I thought he attacked that one.
Siebert with a heck of a day. 14 points, 12 rebounds. And he'll leave the party a little early.
Yes, he did. And we say Gillen may not have it, but say he had 15 points and 15 rebounds. So, Ben Gillen, sometimes I think in the Beckley program too much is expected of him. He got 15 and 15.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
And 5 for 10, 50% from the floor. He had a good outing with 15 rebounds.
Yeah, a lot of hype around him preseason and otherwise, but, and he had it. I mean, I think you'll say the same thing. He had a bad first half. He was held in check due to foul trouble, and he came in here in the second half and gave Beckley a shot with another rebound, his 16th of the day. A nice push up ahead to Redfern, but it was just out of reach.
Yep.
But I think you might agree with me. Without Gillum, Beckley's not in this close into this game.
No chance. 15 points and 15 rebounds. Elijah Redfern reaching in there, and I believe he had contact with his mouth and Chandler Schmidt's forehead. And Elijah Redfern will take a seat on the bench. Chandler Schmidt, the line, he was rubbing his forehead earlier, and he'll get a chance for 2 free throws.
Yeah, he may have a tooth print in that forehead. But he'll go to the line for 2, 41.1 seconds left. And Cabell Midland's going to empty their bench here. Jack Easton, Jacob Fife, Eli Swan, and let's see, number 5, Carson Thompson in. One true by Schmidt. Schmidt will hang out with the young kids here. Final 35 seconds of this one. That runner won't fall. Dingley Richardson, so much on the offensive end by Beckley can be created off Richardson driving to the hoop.
Oh, I think I agree with you, Zach. He's excelled. He's been able to get into the lane, and it's created some type of offense for Beckley. If he's missed it, he's been able to get to the foul line. They've been able to get offensive rebounds when he gets into the paint. When you get the ball in the paint, good things usually happen.
Free throws have been a problem. 10 missed free throws for Beckley. They're under 50% from the line on the day. The trail by 15, final 23 seconds, and Schmidt pushes off on Kimball.
Yeah, they got the foul on Tylee Kimball reaching in. I think Cabell Midland, I think people are just trying to get this one over with. Down 15 with 19 seconds. Chandler Schmidt at the line.
The Schmidt brothers are going to sleep well tonight.
Yes, they are. Solid players. Chandler ends up the night with 18.
Make it 19 as he buries the second. Dominic with 15, Chandler with 19. Final 15 seconds, McMillan. Deep 2. Off the mark. Tap in, won't fall for Cook. Out of bounds it goes. Shout out to all our sponsors. This game presented by Kindred Digital and Cabell County Schools. Little General, Chick-fil-A, Lewis Nissan, John Mize Law Firm. Attacking Richardson, and he'll head the line for 2.
Yeah,
before we put a bow on this one.
Kind of a herky-jerky going to the hole, but he's able to draw fouls. He's able to draw defenders, and he's given Beckley a spark. And this is the second or third game that I've done where I've said Dwayne Richardson's given Beckley a spark in there, and I think it even makes it easier for him to drive into the basket when Redfern's in the game with him. So Beckley's still searching, but boy, it's hard to search when you've played 7 of the top 8 ranked team in Quad A.
Yeah.
You need an easy one somewhere to do some searching, and Beckley doesn't have any easy ones on the schedule. They got tomorrow, Morgantown, number 1 team in the state.
Woodrow's hoping Shady Spring wears down Morgantown tonight. 65-51 final. We'll take a short break. We'll put a bow on this 4th game of the day before we get to game 5 right here on Video Productions.
Complex 7 and Boombox Academy, County Road 107 in Proctorville, is the Tri-State's #1 destination for fitness, restorative therapy, lifestyle coaching, and athlete sports performance. Take it to the next level with all-inclusive fitness and sports training. Check out Complex 7 and Boombox Academy's 2 full-size courts for basketball, volleyball, soccer, and archery, and get one-on-one training from their experienced instructors. Complex 7 and Boombox Academy. Learn more about their daily classes and register online at complex7.net.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Basketball Showcase, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, is brought to you in part by Cabell County Schools. Be awesome. The Governor's Highway Safety Program. You drive, you text, you pay. Buckle up for every trip. Click it or ticket. And Kindred Communications. reaching more than 200,000 tri-state residents every week. Radio, digital, events, print, KendrickCom.net.
This is Huntington High School head football coach Billy Seals, and my players are awesome. Through the example of athletics with character, integrity, perseverance, our young men are good role models for the community of Huntington, and we're looking forward to all that they do on and off the field for our program. Cabell County Schools, #BeAwesome.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Basketball Showcase, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, is brought to you in part by Cabell County Schools. Be awesome. The Governor's Highway Safety Program. You drive, you text, you pay. Buckle up for every trip. Click it or ticket. And Kindred Communications, reaching more than 200,000 tri-state residents every week. Radio, digital, events, print, KendrickCom.net.
Welcome back to the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center and a final in Game 4, Cabell Midland 65, Woodrow Wilson 51. Zach Helton, Bob Bolin here on the marathon known as Good Friday in basketball. We're having a good one. New River CTC Invitational in Game 4. Cabell Midland holds off Woodrow and shows why they're ranked number 4 in the 4A poll. Now 7-3 on the year. Woodrow falls to 4-8. Final stat lines fairly quickly. Woodrow on the night, led by Ben Gillum. Although he had that slow start in the first half, he ends up with 15 points, 16 rebounds. Dwayne Richardson with 14 points and 4 assists. Everyone else in single digits. Maddox McMillan held pretty much in check tonight with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Keenan Cook with 6 points. Elijah Redfern on the start had 3 points. Jace Colucci had 2 points. KK Slay had 2 for Beckley. Beckley went just 56.5 from the line and 2 of 13 from behind the arc. That's pretty much tells the story there. For Cabell Midland, they had 3 in double figures, including the law firm of Schmidt and Schmidt. Chandler with 19 and 7 rebounds. His brother Dominic with 15 points, 6 rebounds on the day. KK Siebert, a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds, and an assist. Everyone else in single digits. Palmer Reggio with 9, Jaden Johnson with 6, and Jack Easton with 2 for Cabell Midland. Midland didn't shoot well from behind the arc, but they pounded it inside, and from mid-range they were almost automatic. They were also 22 of 32 from the line, which is 69%. So Cabell Midland now 7-3, holding on to that number 4 4A ranking. Woodrow falls to 4-8 as well. And Woodrow, as you mentioned, Coach, their schedule doesn't get any easier. They'll be right back here tomorrow night taking on Morgantown, the number 1 ranked team in 4A, which we'll get to see here momentarily.
Oh, yes, looking forward to that game. Final recap on this one. If somebody would have told J.J. Martin, you're going to go to Beckley, you're going to shoot 1 for 18 behind the arc, Dominique Smith is not going to make any of them, and you're going to win the game by 14, he would have looked at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what happened here this evening. Cabell Midland took care of the basketball. They had multiple players able to drive to the basket, and they got out and scored in transition, and they're able to get out of here with a 14-point victory.
Greater Beckley beat Independence in Game 1, 79-58. Cabell Midland girls beat Morgantown 58-44. James Monroe held off Webster County by 10, 61-51. And then the last game, Cabell Midland boys 65, Woodrow Wilson 51. The nightcap coming up shortly. Should be a dandy. The number 1 4A ranked Morgantown Mohegans coming in here at 10-1 will take on the number 3 AAA Shady Spring Tigers coming in 7-1 on the year. Tune in the same way you did on the last couple of games. Video Productions, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, payphone, what have you. Find Video Productions. Go grab your favorite beverage. So are we. We'll be back right after this with the nightcap here at the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center on Video Productions.